The Galactic Council's chamber fell silent as Ambassador Zethkar of the Hegemony rose from his crystalline seat. His 6 eyes gleamed with the cold authority of a species that had ruled the galaxy for millennia. Around him, representatives of 47 civilizations waited, their various forms of breathing apparatus creating a symphony of mechanical whispers. "The motion is simple," Zethkar announced, his translator converting his harmonic frequencies into universal speech. "Humanity will cease all expansion beyond their solar system. They will dismantle their military fleets. They will submit to hegemony oversight. This is not a request. It is a requirement for continued existence." The human delegation sat in the accused section, a small group of 5 representatives dwarfed by the massive alien form surrounding them. Admiral Sarah Chen, Earth's chief military advisor, exchanged glances with Ambassador David Park. Neither showed fear, though they were outnumbered 1,000 to 1 in this chamber, and 10 million to 1 in the galaxy. "The humans have been spacefaring for barely 2 centuries, continued the Velthari representative, her chitinous frame clicking with each word. "Yet they have colonized 17 systems and established trade routes that bypass our established networks. The expansion must be contained." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. The Corvani delegation's tentacles writhed in what their species considered applause. The gaseous Etherians pulsed with approving colors. Ambassador Park stood slowly. At barely 6 feet tall, he seemed insignificant beside the towering aliens, but his voice carried clearly through the vast chamber. "Honored Council," he began, "humanity has violated no galactic law. We have attacked no one. We have honored all trade agreements. We have offered aid to any who requested it. Our crime, it seems, is that we exist and thrive. Your crime," Zethkar's voice boomed, "is that you refuse to know your place. Every species in this galaxy learned long ago that survival depends on submission to the natural order. The strong rule, the weak serve. You are weak, yet you act as if you are strong." "Are we?" Park asked quietly. The question hung in the air like a challenge. Zethkar's mandibles clicked in what might have been amusement. "You number barely 10 billion across all your worlds. The hegemony alone fields fleets that could glass your planets within days. Your technology is primitive. Your weapons are crude projectile throwers and fusion devices. You are children playing with fire, and the adults have decided it's time to take away your matches." Admiral Chen rose beside Park. Her weathered face bore the scars of humanity's wars, both against themselves and the hostile environments they'd conquered. "Children, you say? Perhaps. But human children have a habit of growing up faster than anyone expects. Is that a threat?" The question came from the Drakmor delegation, their reptilian forms bristling with indignation. "It's a fact," Chen replied. "Do you know what humans do when told they can't do something? When pushed into a corner? When faced with extinction?" The chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien voices, clicking, buzzing, harmonizing in discord. Zethkar's voice cut through the noise like a blade. "Enough! The vote is called. All in favor of Resolution 847 Alpha, the containment of humanity." Lights began appearing throughout the chamber, green for agreement, red for dissent. The tally board showed an overwhelming sea of green. 45 civilizations voted for humanity's subjugation. Only the humans themselves voted against. "The resolution passes," Zethkar announced with satisfaction. "Humanity has 30 standard days to comply, or face the consequences." Ambassador Park nodded solemnly. "We understand the Council's position. We will convey your requirements to Earth." As the human delegation filed out, Admiral Chen caught the eye of several alien observers. Her smile was neither friendly nor afraid. It was the smile of someone who knew a secret. 30 days later, the hegemony's first fleet arrived at the edge of the Sol system, expecting to find a cowering humanity ready to surrender. Instead, they found something that changed the galaxy forever. Earth's moon had been transformed into a massive shipyard, its surface crawling with construction drones. Mars bristled with defensive installations that hadn't existed a month before. And emerging from behind Jupiter came humanity's answer to the galaxy's ultimatum. The fleet that rose to meet them wasn't the primitive collection of fusion-powered vessels the aliens expected. These ships moved with impossible grace, their hulls gleaming with exotic matter that bent space around them. Energy signatures unlike anything in the galactic database pulsed from their weapons arrays. Fleet Commander Corval of the Hegemony stared at his displays in disbelief. How is this possible? Our intelligence showed they possess no such technology. His tactical officer's voice trembled as she spoke. Sir, I'm detecting quantum entanglement networks throughout their fleet. Their ships are sharing computational power across spacetime itself. And their energy readings, they're using zero-point field manipulation. That's purely theoretical technology. Admiral Chen's voice crackled across the communication array, broadcast to every ship in the Hegemony fleet. You wanted to know what humans do when cornered? We adapt. We innovate. We refuse to die quietly. Did you really think we'd been sitting idle for 200 years? That every human colony, every research station, every deep space probe wasn't working toward this moment? The first human ship fired. The beam didn't travel through space. It simply appeared at its target, bypassing shields that were designed to stop conventional weapons. A Hegemony dreadnought, pride of their fleet, simply ceased to exist. You see, Chen continued as more impossible weapons found their marks. You made one crucial error. You assumed we were like you, content to accept limits, willing to bow to superior force. But humans? We've never met a problem we couldn't solve, a wall we couldn't climb, or a ceiling we couldn't break through. The Hegemony fleet began to retreat, but space itself seemed to fold around them, trapping them in a gravity well that their engines couldn't escape. The galaxy demanded our silence. Admiral Chen's final transmission echoed across every alien communication network. You wanted us to know our place. Very well. Let us show you exactly what that place is. When the news reached the Galactic Council, panic spread like wildfire. The impossible had happened. The primitive humans had not only defied the galaxy's greatest power, but had utterly destroyed it with technology that shouldn't exist. Zethkar stared at the empty chamber where 47 civilizations had once sat in judgment. Now, only 23 remained, the others having fled to their home systems in terror. A new transmission arrived from Earth, not from their military, but from their civilian government. The message was simple, delivered by Ambassador Park with the same quiet dignity he'd shown before. The United Nations of Earth extends an invitation to all species for peaceful dialogue and mutual cooperation. We believe in a galaxy where all civilizations can thrive, not under the boot of hegemony, but as equals reaching for the stars together. Zethkar's 6 eyes dimmed as he realized the truth. Humanity hadn't just answered the galaxy's demand for silence with a roar. They had torn down the very concept of silence itself, replacing it with an invitation to sing in harmony. The age of human submission was over before it had begun. The age of human leadership had just started.